We have gotten several more snowstorms come our way with just adding layers upon layers of snow. And that means that we are in the season of coats, boots, gloves, shoes, snow pants, just being all over our mudroom area. And that's just the
We
season
need
it
to make
is.
another
And we
path.
also have our kids take turns each morning with doing the rabbit chores. And our 4-year-old really likes to participate. And most mornings she's a little more helpful, but today we were very distracted and enchanted by the next layer of snow we got. We were not expecting to get this much snow last night, and we woke up with several more inches to add to our pretty good amount of snow. So that definitely complicates things a little bit more, but we still find ourselves enjoying the changes of the seasons and what they bring for us.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done.
Do you need me to pull up or move or anything? Do you want me to pull up there? Pull up here and then I'll back in. Right.
So we finally got our lumber for the chicken run all ordered and ready to go. We borrowed our friend's trailer once again, and Nate went over to Home Depot and got it all picked up. As you can see, everything is just covered in snow right now, even our lumber order from Home Depot. So we've really had to just kind of dust things off, get the snow shoved off and out of the way, and it's just the time of year that it is. And after this, we ended up actually getting our own trailer, one that actually was pretty similar to this one. I think it's a little bit longer, but we were kind of feeling bad for borrowing our friend's trailer all the time. So it's a used trailer, just nothing fancy, nothing special, but it definitely will do the job. So while Nate got this unloaded, kids were sledding. I was getting dinner going in the house and keeping our little baby happy. And so it was felt good to know that we could have this lumber ready for whenever we could start on the coop. And looking forward at the weather, I think we had a couple of nicer days coming in the forecast, so that gave us a better chance of being able to get started on our chicken run. Sometimes the seasons change, and especially in the winter, it makes certain things a little more difficult to get done. But I'm still really grateful for the change of seasons, and that's really one of the things we love about where we live is every season is really shown, and it's so beautiful. I love when there's change, especially in seasons. I love embracing how things are done differently, even if maybe sometimes it's a little bit hard. I also love how in the winter sometimes our pace is slowed down a little bit and we have time to spend more together as a family. So I as much as I miss those shoeless days out in the summer, I do appreciate a good winter, which is good because we have a really long winter here. We are given lots of nice warm days, but in between there are definitely some pretty cold ones. All right, so now that we have our lumber loaded up, we are ready to start phase 2 of our chicken coop, which is the run part of the coop. So we're gonna make an attempt today because we still have a lot of snow on the ground, but it's a nice day, which makes it easier to work because we're not freezing cold, but it also means that the ground is gonna be really muddy. So we're gonna make our best effort and see what we can get done regardless of the soil conditions being really muddy, and just see what we can get done. We also have to be home all day because we are awaiting a very special package, something that we've been saving up for and wanting for a long time. So
we have to be home when that package comes. And of course, they gave us a very wide range of when it was going to come, and we have to be home to accept it. So we figured while we're home, we can go ahead and see if we can make a little bit more progress on our chicken run. So do you think we should just like shovel the snow out of the way before we get started?
Yeah.
Some of the snow's out. We have a portion of it that's been drying by the coop. I thought about shoveling it the other day, and then I got lazy, but then it ended up snowing again, so it was fine. But we are going from here to about probably right there-ish, and then coming back. That's the coop. So we're gonna see if this works. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, just enough to, I don't know, not be building on snow. Okay.
We're gonna a little bit more space.
It's pretty warm. I probably won't even need this coat right now, but got myself a pair of overalls that'll kind of act as my snow pants right here, and they're actually perfect for pregnancy because they can keep them unbuttoned on the side. So as my belly grows, I can just not button the side and I can still wear them. Okay, so while I was in the coop, we had brought the rabbits in the coop, and we did breed our rabbits, so hopefully we'll have babies soon. We don't really know what we're doing with that. But anyway, we've got this area cleared. It is especially muddy right here, but it's about gonna be that big. I think our goal for today is to get like the base portion finished. To cut a hole and put that little door we had. Remember the automatic door we had?
We still have it? Yep.
It's in the house.
It's kind of like a wild fence.
So we need to cut off about 2 feet of 2 of these boards. Want me to hold it? The package is here, but we have instructions to inspect the package thoroughly for up to 15 minutes to make sure nothing is wrong with it, because once it's ours, there's no returning it.
I couldn't find your address on Google Maps, and I was on the other side of town, so I was just trying to make sure this was...
Really?
So I just went with instinct and drove over here and found it, so...
You're smart. We've had people who...
Yeah, I thought it was probably a newer subdivision or something.
Yeah, this just been on our like wish list.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of people are buying them.
It says it's black. I think it's the dark one. I don't know. You okay if we just like?
Yeah, you do what you want. You cut the bands, and then here I got that. And then this bottom one, you just lift straight up.
Okay, yeah, that's. I mean.
broken glass on the door or any major dents or anything.
The glass.
Usually if there's not any
Yeah, I mean,
holes in the box, you're in good shape. You know, the cardboard.
Right.
Ooh.
So we inspected for any damage. No damage. The delivery guy said that he's been delivering hundreds of these lately, and none of them have been damaged. They were very well packaged. Okay, so that was a very exciting delivery. As much as I wanted to bring that in the house right away and read all the instructions, I'm gonna save that for when it's freezing cold tonight and we can keep working on our chicken run while it's warm and sunny. All right, yeah, that's where it goes.
Fits perfectly.
Fits perfectly.
For the base of the chicken run, we decided to use the same 4x4 pressure treated lumber that will be just resting on the ground as we used for our chicken coop, so that it's kind of going to match and really line up well and hopefully hold together pretty good.
Oh man, it's muddy. This is how you know when your husband loves you so much, is when he'll walk in mud for you. When mud is the enemy. True love. Okay, so we had the goal to work while our baby was napping, and then we were gonna go take our kids to do something fun while on this warmer day. And the goal was to get the base done. And we did it. It didn't take very long, but I think the setup and the planning and the cutting is what took longer. And waiting for that package, or getting the package. We also hopefully bred the rabbits. We'll have to see in a month. But when we built the coop base, we filled in this like bottom layer a little bit with some topsoil. We have a pile of topsoil in the back of our property. We had brought some of that topsoil in and then filled in the base, because when we get monsoon season here, this entire area like floods pretty bad. So raising that up a little bit will help. We already have the coop on a little bit higher spot on our property, just a little bit raised up naturally. That's where it was. And so it should the water should kind of move away from the coop anyway, but just in case, we do want to raise that up a bit, but obviously we can't really go and shovel that right now. It's just so muddy. It'll just be a complete nightmare to try to do that. So we'll leave it as is now, and then the next step will be kind of building a simple frame and getting the wire on.
All summer long, I was telling myself that during the winter months, I would spend more time on making the interior of our home feel more like our home and less just like a structure that was built pretty standard. And so the thing is, we've been having some really good weather, and with the holidays, I haven't hung like any pictures on the walls, and I haven't done really anything that I've been dreaming of doing all winter. And I do appreciate, some blank wall space. So it hasn't bothered me a ton. In fact, every time we move and we take all the pictures off the walls, it actually feels really good to me. So I try to remember that for in the future, whenever I'm hanging things on the walls or adding a little bit of decoration here or there. Just try to remember that I actually appreciate a little bit of blank space. It kind of allows my eyes to rest, or to breathe in a way. So, but I do appreciate some character in a home, especially because our home was just a pretty standard home. There wasn't a lot of character built into it or anything. And I love decorating with things that are just natural, nature type things. And so I went out shopping and basically scavenging, foraging in our backyard, and I found all of these things. So this is like just little weeds or grasses that were growing. We have some dried sunflowers, some of the dried dill from our herb garden. There's some of these little seed pods that were growing from our cover crop. Some sagebrush. So the sagebrush I really like. It has some green stems with that yellow, tiny yellow flowers. And then actually another little weed that just looked so beautiful to me. So I knew I wanted to do this type of hanging thing. And in the future, I'll definitely be hanging more of our herbs. I'd love to add that to our little hanging rack as well and switch things out as things come and grow. But for now, just these beautiful dried weeds or natural grasses in our backyard are so beautiful to me. So I got this rack just at a local antique shop to us for under 20 bucks and then just went and foraged for our own natural decor. And that's kind of the thing that I want to have throughout the house is a lot more nature colors, and that's kind of the colors we have for our kitchen and for our cabinets and just the outside of our home. For some reason, it just feels so good to me. I have lost a lot of sleep with ideas that just won't leave my mind as I'm thinking of all the little nooks and spaces that I want to create, cozy areas in our home. But for now, I just felt so good about accomplishing this little area. And I don't know why this was the first thing that I jumped to. Maybe it's because it was such a small space. I had this blank wall space right above our pantry, and I just felt like something needed to be there. But I also have a lot of blank wall space in our entryway and the dining area that I feel like something needs to be there as well. But it is a lot more intimidating to me because my ideas are a lot bigger. Whereas this little space above our pantry seemed a lot more manageable, something like I could just get accomplished within a day and just kind of get a little bit of a win for myself. So I did. I picked this up yesterday, went out foraging today, and had my kids help me tie it up, and they helped me also decide where each little piece would go. And it actually turned out so beautiful, more beautiful than I was imagining. And every time I come into this room now, I see it and it just makes me smile. Just knowing that I didn't have to like buy these things, that there was something created in nature for our family to enjoy. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you guys subscribe and we'll see you guys next week.